That audio should be better.
Cool. That was the intro we just ruined. We did it True Sight style. Boys and girls, welcome back to the Trent and Zyori podcast. This is episode number 139. It is 2019, January 15th, and I'm back from Korea, still very jet-lagged. I was awake from midnight, 4 or 5 a.m. last night, slept for a couple hours this morning, so I'm out there, dog. True Sight coming up in an hour. We got a minor now in the books, major on the horizon. Quite a few things to talk about already in the year. Trent, what's going on in your world, my man?
Woo-woo. It's my birthday because Slacks and I share a birthday. So happy birthday to me.
Wow.
And Slacks.
It's Slacks' birthday. Is it Pizza Bowl? Is he going to pig out on carbs?
Pasta bowl. Get it right. Come on, dude.
What did I say? Pizza Bowl?
Yeah, you said Pizza Bowl.
I meant to say pasta. I knew it was pasta.
Yeah. Anyway. But he's in... He's at the We Play thing. Is that in Ukraine? I think it is.
Yes, it is.
So he's in Ukraine for his birthday.
Fun
times.
Fun.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you all.
Well, that's very exciting. Is this the? I can't remember how old you are, dude. Is this?
I'm 28 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I'm not that old. I'm old.
Yeah.
But I'm not that old.
It's a forgettable birthday.
Exactly.
I'm at 29, dude. The next one's not going to be so forgettable. I'm a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be a Forbes 30 under 30 anymore. I aged out of it, dude.
Shit.
That's just like one achievement I'm never going to have. It's just off limits.
It's kind of like when I used to play all the sports games growing up, and then I got to the point where I was old enough that I could make myself in the game, and then you realize that you're not going to be a professional athlete. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
How disappointing.
Yeah. Those moments when it sinks in, man. So... let's roll back a little bit. Let's talk Bucharest Minor. Did you get to watch much of it?
I did. Since I'm not traveling for all of January, I did entire restreams of the event. So I would basically do like reviews of all the replays at night and stuff. I think I did like 90% of the series or something. So It was a good time. Most of the playoffs, did some of the group stage too. But it was an impressive tournament. I can't remember what we said on our little podcast before. I feel like I had the right top three. I'm pretty sure I said eHome, Gambit, and Keen.
Did you? Did you call it? Because I don't have the videotape ready. So if you did,
I don't.
Congratulations. I don't remember what I said at all.
I know I definitely had hopes on OG doing well and NIP potentially doing well. But
so for those that missed it, to recap, order of placing in the minor: eHome, Gambit, Keen, NIP, and then Team OG were 5th, 6th, and Boom ID Playmakers were 7th, 8th. So not too surprising for the top two. I guess seeing NIP and OG down that low, somebody had to place there. But like you said, higher hopes for OG. I guess good news for Team, huh? Our boy Brax made it a little further than some of the others.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, you finished at the same tier as the TI winners. That's something to be happy about, I guess.
40 DPC points right there, dude. Big money.
Yeah, a little disappointing. But, I mean, it's LAN experience. They got to the LAN, which was difficult to do because there was still Cole. Mm-hmm. And that was probably the last major that's going to have that many NA slots, realistically. So that was the best chance at one for a while, I would think.
Yep, probably. And a nice little storyline for eHome as well. Now they're going to be attending the Chongqing Major. So exciting stuff there. The Faith Beyond squad, kind of little bit of wings. I think a lot of people called eHome looking good. Boom ID, they made some headlines, huh? The fuck happened over there? Those poor bastards.
I don't know.
Indonesian squad, we talked about them a lot on the last podcast. I saw Gods was hyping them up quite a bit. I guess they looked pretty good at the beginning of the tournament, and some people were kind of thinking they might be legit, and then maybe not so much. What happened there?
I think they're just not quite on that caliber. It's okay. They're a minor team. They're a team that's going to get there. They're not really expected to win it, but hopefully they got a lot of experience.
Okay.
So what more can you say? I don't know. That was kind of a weird Southeast Asian qualifier too, right? Because Tigers didn't make it. They got knocked out. Can't remember by who, but I don't think it was by Boom ID in the open qualifier. So things got a little bit weird there. So
yeah.
But overall, I thought Gambit played very well. Dahak was definitely the standout player. I think it's pretty hard to argue anyone else. They had pretty much like a whole strategy built around him, though. So I guess he was kind of made to look good. They would just basically first pick, or at least first phase, a Medusa or an Anti-Mage or something for him. And then he just carried the game. They just kind of gave him the jungle. The guy's a great Meepo player. He kind of makes like he plays his AM and his Medusa or his Terrorblade like he's playing Meepo. Like he's super efficient at farming neutrals and just getting a ton of gold, getting a big advantage and pushing it forward. So unfortunately, once they started banning out a lot of those heroes, they started to struggle. Whereas eHome was maybe a little bit more complete overall as a squad. They had several more strats going. Their mid player ASD, I thought, put on a very good show. Had a lot of heroes.
So I wanted to also talk about heroes a little bit. I'm pulling up the Dota buff now.
Sure, man.
What do we got? Ooh, Tusk. He was the highest picked hero of the tournament.
Yeah, he was not quite good enough to be banned out in the first phase like Earth Spirit was for the majority of it. I think in terms of that role, Earth Spirit proved to be the best position for in the tournament.
Pretty a lot of Tiny play, though. What's going on with Tiny?
He was also position 4 too, so he was being picked up quite a bit.
All right.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of support, Tiny.
Tidehunter's
and then
back.
Some core.
That's kind of cool. I guess his win percentage isn't 28% over 14 games, but 14 Tide picks. That's I would not have predicted that going into the minor.
Yeah, I don't know. He had some issues. He well, obviously he didn't do too well. He was mostly on the losing side in the majority of his matches. He did get picked by Team quite a bit.
Okay.
Well, they're only responsible for 3 of those losses. I guess can't give them too much hate.
Yeah.
I don't know. eHome, let's see. Did eHome ever pick it? They picked it once. eHome won with it though. So Ravage is just super good, and there's not that many offlaners right now. Plus, there were a lot of 1v1s happening. So Tide's really good in 1v1 scenarios. So I think people kind of got baited into the Tide pick by that. They're like just thinking about the lane, but not thinking about trying to play around the cooldown.
Yeah. So where do you look at the bans here? I'm so awful with Dota buff these days. I taking away from this, I see Beastmaster was banned probably quite a lot.
Yeah, it was Beastmaster, Io, and then Tusk and Earth Spirit were the top 4 bans.
Okay.
And then lots of OD bans in the second phase and stuff.
Yeah, nothing too wildly standoutish about this. Oracle continuing his positive trend, 7 games, 70% win rate. And Nature's Prophet, I guess that's the other one that jumps 6 Nature's Prophet picks. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there were he got banned out first phase a lot, like pretty much every game versus OG as well as I want to say versus Gambit 2 at the end. But he started being banned out just because he's very, very obnoxious. They played it for Afterlife a lot, and basically it really enables your position 4 player if you have this offlane Nature's Prophet, because then he can just like TP out of the core role to set up all these early ganks. And we all know that the game can get out of control like super fast right now. Yeah. So if he just shows up in a lane and gets like 3 kills to start the game, then game gets hard very quickly.
Yeah. Well, all right. Exciting minor, I guess.
It was good.
How was the fluff content?
The ones I saw were really good. I loved I didn't see, well, now I don't know if it was aired. I saw the Bandersnatch one, right? The Black Mirror thing. Slacks did like a parody of that. It was really funny.
All right, I need to go back and catch that one. I haven't gone back and caught up on anything. I'm really I've been out of it. I had a good proper unplugged vacation, Trent. I did a pretty darn good job not looking at my phone while I was in Korea, despite having access to incredibly fast data on a Korean SIM card. It was pretty cool. It was pretty wild.
I've heard nothing about your trip. I'm very curious.
Yeah. God, I don't know exactly where to start. Maybe I got food poisoning. Legitimate food poisoning.
That doesn't surprise me.
Like, you know, not just, oh God, I gotta go poopy a little bit, but I threw up a good 5 or 6 times. One of those was during breakfast. I had to get up from family breakfast and run to the bathroom, and they listened to me retch while they continued to eat their kimchi and squid. So that was pretty embarrassing.
Just to be clear, was this your girlfriend's family and your girlfriend listening to this? I just want to get people in the right scene here.
Yes.
So they're all listening to you, the North American visitor, puking his guts out in their bathroom.
Right. So, and this is after she's been bragging about, you know, how much I love seafood and all, you know, oysters and all this kind of stuff. It probably was from the raw oysters the night before, to be honest. That's the most likely candidate. But, so this was kind of to meet her family, and both of her parents only speak Korean, so my girlfriend was the translator. And I can only imagine what she was saying. I felt really bad. They were very worried. They wanted me to go to the hospital. They were trying to give me all sorts of antacids and different stomach medications, and I kept telling them, if I can't read the label, I don't take it. I'm sorry. The translations were like, it says that it's stomach medicine. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that explains it. Clearly, there's just one of these that works across the board. We did do a little bit of IRL streaming, not as much as I wanted to, partially because it was so unbelievably fucking cold, dude. The first 2 days we were there touring around the city, it was negative 10 degrees Celsius, plus there was wind. So
chilly,
pretty fucking cold. Like the point where, the idea of holding a selfie stick, even with gloves on and walking around, is very unappealing. So we kind of ixnayed some of that early streaming stuff and just enjoyed it, and then we went to the giant fish mart, and that's where the streaming fun began. We did a 2-hour stream, walked around the fish mart, saw all the crazy shit, negotiated with the ladies, bought a $160 6-pound king crab, and then they carry it in a little bag for you upstairs and cook it in the restaurant above the fish market. So it doesn't get much fresher than that, I would say. That was a lot of fun. It could have been the crab that led to the food poisoning as well. I doubt it because they cooked it, but still, it was a whole thing. It was pretty cool. I got to meet up with some of the esports gang out there. There's like a whole crew of foreigners that do like StarCraft and League of Legends and various contract work. So like that guy Seth King or Achilleos. I don't know if anyone here follows the games that he covers, but I cast with him like way back, like in the It's Gosu days when AC was still like casting with Draskell for It's Gosu. I was doing the League of Legends stuff for It's Gosu, and Seth was one of the first people I cast with, and he ended up actually going on to have a career. So we went out to dinner with him and his girlfriend, and they introduced us around, and I met Wolf. He's pretty popular. I don't know if you know him, but he's a big esports guy. He got a job casting for GSL in like 2011, 2012. So he's been in Korea for 7 years. No, I can't hear you, bud. What happened? What happened? Where'd you go?
Test.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
There we go. Let's keep an eye on that.
So that was a lot of fun. Jenna Bain was there, Total Biscuit's wife. I got to meet her. She just recently moved to Korea. So that was
really?
sort of interesting. If you've ever heard of Rapid Cast or Rapid Casting, he's been casting League for a pretty long time, 5 or 6 years. He was also there. So, got to hung out in Hongdae, some cool trendy area with all the white foreigners. And we drank $2 liter gin and tonics. Think about that for a second. A 1 liter G&T for $2.
What? Why is it so cheap?
I don't know. They tried to explain it to me, and they just said this guy that owns this wants to be the craziest guy in the area and have the best deal. So that's what they said. Seth claims he suggested something like that, and that was how it all started. But it's pretty impressive. A liter. That's a lot of G&T, dog.
That is very impressive. All right, I'm sold.
Pretty incredible trip. It was a lot of fun despite the food poisoning. It was sort of a good mix of relaxation and tourism. I went to the Ceramics Museum. I did not know that Chinese ceramics were so fucking intense. They made a lot of China.
That's why they call it China.
It turns out that is exactly why they call it China.
Why is it in Korea? They make it there.
Well, Korea and China have a long history with one another, as they are very close geographically. So I believe a lot of the old ceramics were also made in Korea in addition to China, and they kind of share that aspect of their culture. It's a Venn diagram of sorts, you see.
Beautiful.
So
how mono cultural is it there? Is it as crazy as I imagine it to be? Is it as bad as Japan or not really? I shouldn't say bad. Is it like Japan?
I've never been to Japan outside of the airport, so
okay,
I don't have a lot of firsthand experience there. But yes, pretty much. Outside of that one meetup where we had kind of the 10 esports foreigners there, I also met a guy that knew Knoxville. There was a guy from South Africa that was teaching English, and he said, I watched TI1 and TI2 with Knoxville. I'm like, no shit, dude. Small fucking world. What is going on right now? So I met the 10 white people in Seoul. Outside of that, it's all Koreans. There's a surprising amount of English on stuff. And the translations are pretty okay. You can sort of get by. We used a Google Translate a lot to talk to our parents and stuff. So you can sort of get by. Most of the young people speak some English. It's like, it reminded me a lot of Sweden, actually. I got the vibe that most people could speak more English than they gave themselves credit for, but they were very shy about it. You know,
Right.
and they were not confident, and they were very nervous to say something wrong or be embarrassed or whatever. But, you know, I met a couple of my girlfriend's friends from like university, and they spoke English very well, you know, enough that we could, you know, make some jokes and talk about things. But they use a lot of noises to affirm things in conversations, and it's just I caught myself doing it a lot. Just that, like like that's like the only way to communicate with their parents. They say something, they point at something. I'm like, yeah, thumbs up, that's cool, awesome, yeah. And they're all just, they make noises at each other in a way different manner than we communicate with English. So it's just per usual. It's always interesting to observe other cultures and see how they do shit. But
Yeah.
Very ubiquitous, very superstitious as well. They're very very serious about superstitions. They don't run fans.
Yes, Korean fan death, right?
Inside, yeah. I don't get that one. I don't, but you know.
Something to do about the air. I don't know. I remember hearing about it when I was younger. This might be completely uninformed, but I remember something about like they believe that the fan being on could like kill you somehow. Like,
no, that's actually
the oxygen.
They think that if you're in like a bedroom with a closed door and no window, and you turn on a fan and let it run all night, it'll somehow suck the oxygen out of the room and you could suffocate.
Don't want the fan death.
I mean, that sounds awful. I see why that's worthy of being afraid of, but I don't know if that one's real.
So now that you've been gone for so long, then have you missed out on the most important update in Dota 2 in the past like 2 weeks?
Maybe. Which one?
Have you played Dota Auto Chess?
Oh, I have not played it. I saw this phenomena was happening on Twitch. I don't explain what's happening here. Is this just chess inside the client?
Bruh. No, it has nothing to do with chess.
Oh.
But it's really fun. Not gonna lie, it's super fun.
Okay, so it's just a hot new custom game.
Yeah, it's just it really feels like those classic custom games, like no other has felt for me. Like I kind of got a little bit with one of the tower defenses that had like the casino roll was kind of fun, but this one's really nice.
So why is it called chess? What's the connection?
Everyone has a little chessboard, and you have little chess pieces that are placed down. That's pretty much the only connection to chess. It just kind of looks like chess in a sense.
Okay.
But it's basically like a pretty RNG kind of fun game. And then you basically like there's a lot of classes and stuff. It has the right level of complication that it's very fun to play over and over, and you can see where you screwed up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. We'll play. It'll be good.
All right, I'm into it.
Yeah, me and Owen and Fogg and Cheever and Lyrical, we've all been playing it. We just party up and start an auto chess game. It's great.
All right, how many players is it, max?
8.
Oh, okay, that's a fun number.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it's all just one person by yourself. You know, you got no teammates. It's great.
Okay, sweet. You know, before I left for Korea, I was actually enjoying. Is it Summit that was playing the pirate game? Not the new one that we were talking about, Atlas, but the old one.
Oh, your
Sea of
audio just
Thieves?
went for me there, buddy.
Huh?
Oh, your internet's dying.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right. Well, we'll see if it comes back here momentarily. YouTube viewers rejoice, as the local will not be cut, but it does seem like my internet
now you sound better.
is taking a poopy. We're coming in and out. Looks like we're stabilizing, Trent. All right, we've re-entered the Matrix, and
Hello,
we're back.
Matrix. All right, beautiful.
Woo!
Might have to refresh. There, folks.
But yeah, I'm watching Summit play that old pirate game, Sea of Thieves.
Oh yes, yeah, he's been all about it.
Surprisingly entertaining. I saw that he just broke like 30K subs as well, which is fucking bananas if you just think about how much money that is in just one person, dude. One person just having fun playing games with his friends. It's really mind-blowing. But anyway, there's something oddly entertaining about watching pirates fuck over other pirates. I don't know. It's just great.
It's a surprisingly fun game. I don't know. It's good. It's impressive that he's mostly an FPS streamer. Like that's kind of where he built his whole thing, right? With like Counter-Strike and stuff. But
Yeah.
he has now forayed into like he played Sea of Thieves at first when it came out, and then he kind of went back to more PUBG and that kind of stuff. But now he's able to just take his whole audience into Sea of Thieves, and he's not even just like keeping his people. He's getting higher numbers than he was getting doing PUBG and stuff.
I know. That's what's crazy about it. And I think he has a really good balance of it's kind of try hard, but it's not over the top. I find a lot of streamers to be almost tiresome to watch with constantly just like talking about donations or like having friends that are screaming, or it's like he has a great mix of entertainment and then lulls where it's like, okay, I can look away from the screen and like do something for 5 minutes until he finds another person to kill. And I think that's really important, is that relaxation element. You know, sometimes you just want to feel like you're there with somebody and they're not trying overly hard. That's kind of the allure of IRL streams, right? You feel like you're just kind of in the room with them rather than watching somebody who's, you know, really rehearsed.
Thanking every donation every 2 seconds kind of a deal.
Presenting. Yeah. And obviously you have to pander a little bit, but some people just... I hate it when the streamer is just reading chat. You know, those people with 100 viewers and they feel like, oh, I got to make every single person here feel special. And they're just like, really? That's what you had for breakfast, Arkies? Wow, Destro, I can't believe you have to do that. Oh, man, LOL, Watt Twitch. I was relieved, too, when I got to refresh the page. It's like, you're just... Have an original thought. Have some content. Think about what you're going to say before you open your mouth. Jesus. What am I watching here? Anyway, I digress. What else has happened in Dota? Do we have any other news that we've missed here? Is this like, has it been that slow time of year where it's just getting tuckered in? I guess we should talk about Mumbai, right? That was a big announcement. April 19th. Another Dota event coming to India. ESL 300K. Stepping it up.
Yeah, I'm into that. That sounds pretty cool. It sounds like they have a pretty dedicated... I feel like it's going to look a lot like... what was that the Indonesian... GSC, right? Same kind of idea where it was like just this massive crowd and you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize there was such a big audience here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
like
people
India
have been saying for a while
too.
that India it's going to be a spot. You know, there's so many people there. There's so much enthusiasm. And obviously the country still has some infrastructure issues, but they just have a lot of people. So that's, you know, a huge amount of esports enthusiasts. And I think Mumbai is a great spot to run an event like this. And I bet it'll be popping, dude. I think there will be a lot of people there.
April is around when it gets hot. Oh, that's good to know. I'm reading the thread right now.
Great.
I see there's a lot of ESL employees doing some work in this thread. Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just,
I mean,
you know,
ESL
doing a little bit of groundwork.
They've learned a couple of lessons when it comes to public relations, okay?
Yes.
They've made some mistakes, and now they're trying to compensate by maybe going a little too hard. I think there's a point of responding to everything can look a little bit desperate at times, but it's better than the opposite, or at least they're trying to have clarification. You know, that's good. I like communication.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be the same crew. That's interesting that I guess the DreamHack one apparently had problems because they didn't bring like their normal crew, supposedly. They kind of did more of like local hire sort of deal.
Oh.
Not the way to do esports events. We've definitely seen that one before. Just bring the people. Just pay for them for the love of God. They get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we definitely bumped into a little bit of that at the KL Major. I mean, that was honestly the first Galaxy Battles event that we did in China that was pretty disastrous, like, you know, from the all across the board of the production. Part of the issue is that there were like 3 different production crews all supposedly working in tandem, and like there was the Malaysian guys, then there were the English guys, then they had 2 different Chinese teams, and none of them were really working together, and all of them kind of wanted to one-up each other a little bit, and it doesn't work when everyone's kind of not working together. You really need that one complete team that knows each other and knows what's going on, right? That's why with the Captain's Draft LAN, we basically just hired a production company because it's like, all right, you guys have worked together before. You're a team. You know what to do. We're going to put in our creative ideas into your general production formula. You're the fucking experts, you know?
I don't think we ever talked about it much, but we got pretty lucky with those people.
Yeah, we did. In
they
retrospect,
just did what we asked. You know what I mean?
How little we knew about them, like how well can you really vet somebody when you're doing something that hasn't really been done before? Yeah, it turned out pretty fucking well.
But like all these other events, they do the exact same thing. They go, oh, here's a local production company. Well, they haven't done esports, but they've done all this other stuff. Surely they'll be fine. And they have all these disasters.
Well,
and ours was like the greatest production crew ever.
yeah, I mean, at least ours, they had done a lot of esports productions before. You know, they had
Oh,
done a
those
lot of
guys
white
had
label
they?
stuff for like DreamHack. They'd worked with some ESLs, and their crew was pretty experienced. I mean, I was
Right.
sort of being facetious. We did vet them pretty well, and they had some decent credentials. So, you know,
It
that
worked.
helps. You know, it helps having a
is for sure.
network of people you trust that can sort of vouch for others in the space. If you don't have that, you're kind of just throwing darts. You know, you're just falling victim to salesmanship. You know, there's a lot of snake oil out there, man.
In esports, no.
No,
It ain't so.
get out of here. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. ESL continuing to be a big force in Dota. Despite not being on the DPC, it's kind of mind blowing, actually.
But now they're back on Twitch, so hype.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true. Man, time flies by. It's only been 2 years. It's been that long.
No, I think they got it early, didn't they?
Did they? All right, that would explain why it feels like it went by so fast.
Yeah, pretty sure it was only a year.
Oh, Facebook.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, well, dude, you know, we were talking shit about, or at least I was talking shit about Activision Blizzard and their stock prices and whatnot in the last podcast we did. You know, shit's gotten even worse for them. Did you see the announcement that Bungie, a subdivision of Activision, fucked off? They basically said, hey, guys, you're not doing stuff the way we want to do stuff. This fucking sucks. We're going to go over here and make Destiny the way we want to make it. These are my nards. You can deal with it. And
that's kind of crazy.
Dude, their stock price dropped another 10% that day. They lost all the market recovery from the previous week. It was bad. Like, people saw that as like, yikes. I didn't realize Destiny was such a cash game. Like, they made like $400 million off the last Destiny game or something like that. It's pretty serious title, dude. Game's fucking popular.
Yeah, I can't say I know too much about it, honestly. I just know it's like the same team as the old Halo games, so I always wanted to, but yeah. Oh.
Bad news bears. So, True Sight, dude, it's finally here.
I can't believe it's so soon. It's only half an hour away at this point now.
I know. I also can't believe that it's finally happening, because this is like the most hyped up True Sight that there's ever been, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely say most like anticipation for a True Sight for sure.
Yeah, and all the others were very interesting. I think they got a little bit unlucky in terms of committing to teams that didn't end up going the stretch, right? So the storylines were always a little bit less than ideal. And this is one where you really have the true underdog story, this wild, like, as I always think about the way you frame it, it's still kind of hard to believe that they won. Going back and looking at it, even though it's been months now, and I know they won, and they've been TI champions for, you know, almost half a year or whatever.
And they just tied with okay. I can't believe it's like 6 months until TI, guys.
Yeah,
can you believe that?
Half over.
That hit me yesterday, and that blew my mind. Like, where does the time go, man?
I don't know. I'm getting old. It's just flying by, dude. It really is. I lost my train of thought because I thought about how fast time is going by, Trent.
Is that what it was? But are you going to be checking out the old True Sight today? I plan on watching.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
I'm really a bozo, though. I saw the tweet. I misread the tweet yesterday because I've been so fucking jet lagged. I thought it was yesterday. So I'm on like the Dota Steam page and the Dota Twitch, like, where's the VOD? Where is it? Why can't I watch this? This is supposed to be free and like the most accessible thing in the world. Then I realized I had the dates wrong. I saw that they put an Instagram picture of Casey and Pyrian, and I thought that was a picture from the opening ceremony, and I missed it somehow. I don't know. I should have just trusted myself. I didn't put it in my calendar, so I fell victim to the marketing, thinking that I missed it, then got really frustrated I couldn't find it. So it's been a real emotional roller coaster to get to this point. So I'm absolutely going to watch it, Trent.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I've been waiting for this. I know. It was brutal.
Terrible.
It was tough. How's the baby? What else has been going on?
He crawled. He got a real serious crawl today. Today we're calling it the official Clifford is crawling. So
the first crawl.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of like he can move forward across the floor, but he's at the point now where it's like, all right, that's a pretty impressive. Head is up all the way. I'm going across the floor. You can't stop me. Just try to. So yeah, he's crawling today. So big round of applause for the boy.
So are we ahead of the curve? Like, is this around the time you expect?
That's pretty normal.
crawling to be happening. Okay.
Yeah. If anything, he might be a little behind. I think more kids crawl a little bit earlier than he does. He's pretty smart though. He's very much into like a lot of like mimicking stuff. So like he can like, if I clap at him, he can like clap back and stuff. Or he like waves at people. If they wave at him and say hi, he'll wave back and say hi.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
like
pretty
that
funny.
classic peekaboo thing where they kind of mimic the same thing and cover their eyes or whatever.
Oh, it's so funny when he plays peekaboo. Oh my god, it kills me.
Yeah.
Like if you throw a blanket on him on the floor, then he'll take it and he'll like pop himself out, and then he'll cover it, and then he'll stay until you say his name, and then he'll flip it out. So
Yeah.
he's a pretty bright baby.
Given that it's the beginning of January, I'm looking at, there was a really good post on the esports subreddit that didn't get enough love, but ESC, I always mess that one up. That website, it's sort of like Newzoo. They posted an infographic just about like 2018 esports in general, and it's kind of wild, man. We are really at this pinnacle point of esports where it's like fuck going mainstream, dog. We are mainstream, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're actually competing with real world entertainment. It's getting to that point though where it's hard to draw the lines. You know, I mean, we could argue about it for ages, but where does Fortnite fit into the esports equation? Surely,
I think it's just a video game you want. I think that there's a difference between competitive esports and watching someone play video games. So isn't that what it is?
Absolutely. But I mean, there is a degree of Fortnite that is esports, but I think it's disingenuous to count just like, you know, Fortnite streamers as Fortnite esports. You know, it should be
exactly.
filtered
It's like
a bit.
two different things.
So I think these numbers I'm about to talk about are pretty just raw data. It's not really well clarified, so maybe I'm giving this thing too much credit. But according to this, hours watched, Fortnite 1.36 billion in 2018. Right, next on that list is 986 million with League of Legends, and then there's some IRL stuff. Then after that, it's Dota with 475 million. That is a staggering degree of difference between the top three. Within the top three, it scales from 1.3 billion to 0.4 billion. That's actually insane. Like, it's mind-blowing how popular Fortnite is right now. Like, it feels like Dota is so stable. There's so many hours, so many tournaments. Like, there's so much Dota, I can't even watch it all. And Fortnite is just 4Xing us. No problem. Easy peasy.
I still haven't played Fortnite.
I played once on the Switch, and I couldn't figure out the button to build, and then lost and didn't.
That was it.
Yeah. I felt like a real
noob. Did you take your Switch with you to Korea, or did you not bother?
Sorry?
Did you take your Switch to Korea, or did you not bother?
I did take it to Korea, though I didn't really play it that much. I played some Smash on the plane. I actually slept through most of the flights. I was hoping to writing on planes is very much of a coin flip for me. I think if it's a morning flight, sometimes I can drink a coffee and get in the zone and, you know, pound out part of a chapter. But if it's an evening flight, get the fuck out of here, dude. The last thing I want to do is bust open that laptop and wire into something heavy. So we had evening flights both times, and I think I slept through like 80% of both of them. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I just sleep the whole time on a plane.
I did watch a movie that was surprisingly good, though. The one called Searching, where the guy's daughter goes missing, and then he like hacks her email and computer and to try to figure out clues about where she is. But it's filmed like most of the movie is like a screen capture of a computer screen, and it's like, you know, his mouth.
Oh, that's
like
weird.
What he's searching for and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's one of those airplane movies where I thought, okay, this is either going to be pretty interesting or really predictably stupid, and it ended up being pretty interesting. It had a very nice ending, a little bit of a twist, you know, some shit I didn't see coming. Highly recommend. It has that, I don't remember his name, that Asian guy is what I was going to say, but that sounds a little
thank you.
But he's a popular Asian actor that is very, very good. Big fan, even though I don't know his name. Searching. Check it out. Highly recommend.
I received a call the other day, actually. My services are needed for a trivia night because someone was planning on going, but then someone canceled on them. They needed another teammate. It is The Office trivia.
No way.
And they said, Trent, I need you. And I said, you do need me. You have found the right man. So apparently it's I'm a little nervous. I'm scared that I won't win, and I'll feel ashamed.
Dude, it's hard because that kind of shit is like, yeah, you know The Office pretty well, but there are a lot of episodes with a lot of really detailed things. I think there will be a lot of moments where you go, I know I've seen that episode, but God, I don't remember what color Michael's shirt was. Jesus Christ, you know, like.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah, it's
pretty
gonna be
hard,
funny.
depending on how heavy they want to go with it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I can do it. I think I'm gonna win. It'll be fine.
Most popular tournament of 2018, no surprise, it was the League of Legends World Championship.
Definitely no surprise.
Now, how about this one? Most popular mobile games and biggest tournaments of 2018, Arena of Valor International Championship 2018 by a long shot. And then after that, it's the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge 2018.
I saw PUBG just finished at a pretty big tournament with Toffees was there.
Yeah, I saw he tweeted at me because he was wearing leggings.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which that's nice.
You just giggled a little.
I giggled. It's I don't know how to say this without sounding mean, but there are diminishing returns on leggings the larger you are.
Hey man, he lost a bet.
Whew.
You know, it wasn't his idea.
Exactly. It's a good punishment. It's good. That's like my more credit to him, I think, for pulling that off, because for me it's easy. You know, it's just I'm a Slim Jim. It's just like putting on tight pants. It's not a big deal.
Slim Jim.
You know, but it's a whole thing as you scale up. And you know, Toffees, he's like Slacks. He's just a big guy. He's really tall. He is a
huge dude.
He's just a fucking man of a man.
Man, he's a man, man.
He's a real man. Dude, speaking of, oh my God, for some reason seeing this ninja icon reminds me, I was watching the ball drop on New Year's. Did you happen to catch like the stream
I did
fails?
not watch that thing. No.
Oh my God, dude. So we watched it live. Like, we're literally like cooking, the TV's on, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, holy shit, that's Ninja. Look, he's talking to whoever, Ryan Seacrest or whoever. And he starts explaining what the floss is, you know, the dance they do in Fortnite.
Oh,
where you,
yeah.
pull your arms back and forth. So they're asking him, and he's like very awkwardly explaining how to do it. And he's kind of like doing it, and they're laughing. They go, okay. So then, for some reason, they had this plan to have Ninja go hype up the crowd, and he'll stand on a platform and lead all the people in Times Square to do a big floss in unison.
Oh, no.
So he's up top, and he's on the PA, and he's like, all right, everybody, so we're going to go now. We're going to floss left, floss right, And there is actually one person in the audience doing it, and everyone else is just like, who the fuck is this guy? What is a floss? Why is he talking to me? When's Ryan Seacrest coming back? I need to pee real bad. You know, like it was the actual cringiest thing I've ever seen on TV. I legitimately felt bad for Ninja. That like, how much did he get paid for that? I fucking hope it was a lot, because it was bad.
Do you think he got paid? Or do you think he did it for free?
I don't know how that works with New Year's. I really don't. Do those artists get paid? Maybe not.
I know a lot of the hosts get paid. I know like Anderson Cooper or whatever makes millions or some shit. I'm sure he makes like a couple $100K for New Year's. But I wonder someone like Ninja, even though obviously he would make way more money just doing something at home. I don't know. I'd be curious to find out.
Yeah, he must. I mean, the way he operates, like you said, his opportunity cost for not being at home streaming is pretty high. I think that's really just a know your audience situation where he has such a young demographic. It's probably valuable to have him on TV because kids at home are going to be like, oh my God, it's Ninja, and that's cool. But those kids are not standing in Times Square on New Year's, right? Those kids are fucking at home playing Fortnite. It's just a bunch of drunk old people out there that are crazy enough to stand out in the rain to watch the ball drop. Like, for the life of me, every year I watch it, and I just don't understand. They all look so cold and miserable. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom. There's nowhere to throw your trash. Everyone's hammered. You're packed in like sardines. It's negative 10 degrees outside, and you're just standing there talking to strangers about how awesome their year was. Man, 2018 couldn't have left soon enough. Oh, man, like, blow my fucking brains out, dude. Why would you ever sign up for that voluntarily? That sounds like some fucked up version of hell, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say that's my thing. I don't know. New Year's for me is just like, I don't know. At least there was hockey games this year, so that's all I did.
Were there really hockey games on New Year's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Dude, the Leafs Avs game's coming up. Less than a month away.
What? Oh, there was one yesterday. I was going to say. But yeah, you'll have
the
the
one
leaks
that's
there.
home for us that we're going to.
Yes, yeah, the Avs just smashed them 6-3 yesterday.
Really?
Smashed them. Yeah. Avs are good. Avs be good.
Slamming it. You know, I've really been enjoying Path of Exile, though, Trent.
I noticed you were playing a lot, actually. I was going to ask you about it.
It is a really, really well done game.
Yes.
I've read about the business model or whatever, the way they monetize, and I knew it was good, but once you kind of play it and get a feel for it, it is really well balanced. It's the kind of game that I've played, I don't know how many hours now, probably at least 10 or 15, and I'm sort of just, I feel bad that this game is free. Like, I kind of just want to buy stuff just to support it because I think it's a very well done game. It's just a better version of Diablo 2. I'm enjoying playing the story, grinding shit out. I figured out how to trade yesterday. I got myself a new bow. I found this sick quiver on the ground. You know, I finished Act 3. I'm learning how to link my gems together. I found a 6-link item, so now I've got a really fat spell that's all buffed up.
Really fat?
Dude, it's awesome. I got tornado shot today, so now I'm just fucking shooting arrows in every which direction. It's oddly satisfying. There's just something magical about it. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for just a good kind of mindless grinding game, it's Diablo 3, but actually good.
All right, I like it.
That's the, you know, it does have a little bit of a learning curve. You got to really follow a guide at the beginning, but it's a perfect jet lag game. You know,
what happens if you don't follow a guide? What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Do you just waste all your points and you can't get them back?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. So I've done like 50-50. I kind of check the guide and go, oh, that's interesting, and then I just decide what I want to do kind of based on that knowledge. I'm not like meticulously following, oh, I need this gem. Like, it's more that your spells and skills are in the form of gems, and items have sockets, so your abilities vary based on the gems that you have.
Right.
And there's the support gems that you kind of link together to buff up spells and make like crazy combinations that compound and can do really nuts damage. So you find a shitload of gems, and I think you don't really use a good portion of them. So it seems like an overwhelming amount of spells and combos. You're like, how do I even start to figure out which ones to put together? But I think it is somewhat intuitive. If you played Diablo before, it starts to come together. You know, you've got the basic framework to survive and thrive in the game. But the trading is pretty cool. It happens mostly through websites. They've got like a barter system, so you can like link items and it shows people online and what they want to trade for it, and you can just copy and paste, and it says,
oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Like POE.trade. The trading is really, it's pretty slick. It's way better than the Diablo style auction house. There's actually great currency with all the different orbs that you find on the ground, like the chaos orbs and the transmute orbs.
Do people make money off of it?
I think I mean, when I was Googling PoE trades, I got a lot of ads for websites where you can like buy items on the ladder.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there is some way where if you farm a lot, you can sell shit for real money somewhere with some third-party service, but not properly. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
See, and apparently I'm a noob. There's some other Path of Exile website you're supposed to trade on. I don't know. See, I'm still learning, but that's what's fun. I feel like I'm rediscovering my enjoyment of video games. You know, for a really long time, I only played competitive games. Like, it was StarCraft 2, and then it was Here's a New Earth, and I played a little League of Legends, and then I've pretty much just been playing Dota 2 and PUBG and some Counter-Strike since then. Like, every game is just competitive. It's fucking me versus them. Where am I on the ranks? Where am I on the ladder? And this is the first time in like 5 years I've actually just been enjoying games that don't have that sense of urgency, where I'm just playing through Path of Exile, just kind of like, yeah, I'm in Act 4. I'm level 35, and there's no rush. I'm just having fun. You know, I'm playing Smash single player, unlocking characters. I've got 4 badges in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or whatever. It's just fun. You know, I'm just enjoying playing video games that are single player, and I don't know where that came from, but I'm coming like full circle in my gaming cycle, man. It feels
that
really
is
good.
funny because we talked a lot about how you just don't do it. You're off it.
I've always been like that. I mean, since I discovered, like, since like Warcraft 3, ever since I'm like, I can queue up for the ladder, I can get some fucking MMR. I've been obsessed with MMR and leaderboards, and I'm finally just too old for it. I just don't care. I'm like, you know, if I'm 3,800 in Dota, 4,500 in Dota, it doesn't really fucking matter. I can still yell about the game to a pretty similar capacity. Dota's fun. It's great to play, but I just don't really care about grinding MMR. I saw Owen's achievement. I saw that he actually met the Blitz.
Did it.
The Blitz bet, the 5K. That is actually a cool achievement. Legitimate. Congrats to Owen. That's very impressive.
Indeed. Yeah, man, it was a good time.
And
watching all those Owen games was hilarious.
Yeah, and that's 5K donated to breast cancer research as well, so it's a double win, I believe.
Well, Owen gave him mercy and let him just donate 1K.
Oh,
for the record.
Okay.
Owen showed mercy on poor Will.
Gotcha. I had missed that caveat, but still, a double win though, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was a nice time, and Owen, of course, gets to actually play things that aren't Faces Void now, so that's a big benefit.
I loved
the OD Pixel fans.
Merlini's tweet where he was like, I feel like that was just a 5K bet to learn the BKB is a good item. Like that's the most Merlini tweet I've ever read right there.
That's pretty much all that Owen learned, I think. Owen is actually so much better now at Dota. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching him stream. He made some plays where I was like, God damn, Owen's actually like kind of good at Dota. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it's funny because he was notoriously bad for a while there. You know, there were a couple Dream Leagues. I remember queuing up with them, and Owen's just like, guys, we got to fight right now, let's go. Rah, rah, rah. And we just charge in and die, and it's like, Owen, why did we – come on, man. Why we didn't have to do that. We could have just waited a minute, let them come to us, dog. But it's funny that he's improved a lot, you know. He's developed the patience.
Yeah, he's figuring some stuff out.
Oh, my. All right, Trent. Well, what do you say we cut this thing a little bit early and get geared up for True Sight here? We got about 10 minutes till it starts.
I like it. Sounds good. I know it was a quick one today, but we gotta get our feet back under us.
Yeah, exactly. And I swear to God, when I'm jet lagged, I feel like I'm on another planet. I thought I was going to be good this time. We landed at like 8 p.m., had some pizza, fell asleep at midnight that first night, and then I've just been fucked ever since. It's just like the KL Major. Same exact thing of just 3 to 6 p.m. God damn it. Why did I fall asleep? I didn't even mean to. I just sat down and just passed out. Keeps happening. It's bad news. But this will be back. Seriously working on the Moonduck website this week. I got some people on it, so it should be live by the end of this week, and we'll have What the Ducks and whatnot coming until the next one here. We don't have too much up on the docket for January. Just a couple of podcasts and getting lined up for the rest of the year. So enjoy, boys and girls. Chongqing Major. Trent, you gonna do some more streaming? You gonna do some of your content coverage for that?
I'll be doing probably off hour streams, so probably during like EU times or something, I'm guessing. And then that'll be the plan. So lots of replays. I'll probably be streaming tonight. Probably stream most nights. I'll tweet. Follow the tweeter.
Sweet.
I'll
Sounds
be streaming.
Good. We should play some Dota chess. I'm around. Like, I have got nothing going on until February is my next travel. Let's play some games,
buddy,
dude.
that's what we're doing then.
Let's play some Dotes. Let's do it. I'll enjoy the time to get some writing in. Still chugging away at that. And we got mods on Discord now. That is the one last administrative announcement. We kept getting spam for porn sites. So now there's a moderator team on Sniff Central. So
hype.
Look out, guys. Look out. All right. We'll see you next time, boys and girls.